come by here and get some fantastic food and be greeted with a smile, and they go out of the way with customer service, I can tell you that. New sale paper out for Food City. Again, our great supporters and great sponsor, Food City. Here's a couple of specials this week. Ground chuck, $2.99, 80% lean. Food City Fresh, 80% lean for $2.99 a pound with the Food City value card. Red ripe strawberries, buy one, get one free in a 16-ounce container. Also, if you're a connoisseur of Pepsi products, 6-pack of 16-ounce bottles, 4 for $10. Also this week, this brand new sale paper came out today. Will go through next Tuesday night, store closing. Holly Farm split chicken breast, 99 cents a pound. And also, at your local Food City, starting today through next Tuesday, Charm bath tissue or Bounty paper towels, 6 to 12 rolls for $5.99 at your local Food City. And of course, we will be back out at Food City next week. We go out 3 times a month. And so, hello, Jerry Keller. Good morning, sir. Yes, stay dry. That's exactly right. Ben, before we go to the break, I'm going to keep you on top of the weather. So what is the latest? You've got the radar in front of you. I do not. And so what is the very latest on the storm that's apparently heading our way? You told us up in Wise County, Virginia, and slowly drifting this way. So what's the very latest, my friend? Storm's coming. Of course, we're not trying to create hysteria, but, you got to be smart about it. So I was talking to Rob Cole today. In fact, we had breakfast together, and I said, will people go out hiking today at Bays Mountain Park? He said, oh, yeah. I said, knowing there's a storm coming, that you're going to put yourself at risk to go out on a hike? He said, oh, I'm sure there will be. And I thought, man, use some common sense. So a day like today, kind of batten down the hatches and kind of wait this thing out. It's not like we haven't had storms before, but, exactly. ETSU is closed for the day. All right. So. You have the list in front of you? All right, so let's go ahead and do that because I think it's important to provide our listeners this information. So we'll get back to sports in a moment, but any school that's closing at 12 o'clock or 3 hours early, which is right around noonish, go ahead and read those. And East Tennessee State's now closing for the day. So run down the list you got for us, would you please? So East Tennessee State, that's a new one. When are they closing? Okay, so you've got the very latest list. So I want you to run down everything that's closing. So any of the other colleges that are closed, or is it strictly East Tennessee State? There you go. So that's what we need to know, the very latest. So even East Tennessee State's closed down for the day, and some other colleges affected. We'll let him run those back down again in a few minutes. Here's the beauty of what we do. We're live, of course, in the middle of the day. So anything going on like this, we have information at our fingertips, and we're going to present that to you because that's what you need to hear across the 20 counties, and of course Facebook Live. So appreciate doing that and doing a great job at it. We've got a basketball segment coming up. We're going to hear from Tony Stewart, the car owner now, former driver, car owner, the winner of the Daytona 500. Interesting of his comments to get it from a former driver, now owner take of winning the Daytona 500. So we've got that, and we've got basketball, we've got baseball news, we've got hockey, we've got NBA, so we've got it covered for you. And of course, a big night last night. There's Aubrey. Big night last night for high school basketball for the guys, and AAA, AA, and single A, so we'll run down that for you as well. All that coming up here as we're live at Chick-Fil-A. And then right around the corner, we've got Karen Hubbs and Holly Short, and we're going to talk about Buns, Run for Your Buns 5K. March 1st, brand new month, colorectal cancer awareness month, which is a serious disease, obviously, but it is preventable by getting a colonoscopy. So we're going to be talking to those folks coming up here in just a few minutes. The crowd is gathered here at Chick-fil-A, I can tell you that, and that's okay. Folks grabbing some of this great Chick-fil-A food before we're heading home and getting in out of the elements, because, as Ben said, it's in the vicinity, it's in the area. And I'm not going to sit here and fan the flames of hysteria, but it is out there, and you need to. We're all pretty smart, level-headed people here in the mountains, so do what you need to do to take care of yourself and your loved ones, and we'll ride this thing out and be on the backside of it before you know it. So, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk Buns, Run for Your Buns 5K with the lady from the Goose Chase, Karen Hubbs, and Holly Shule, and the folks will join us coming up next year live at Chick-fil-A on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on AM 790 WETV and also on Facebook Live. Good segment, man. So, folks, here we are on Facebook. I'm not going to sit here and scare you into panic mode, because that ain't who I is. But just need to be prudent and act like, just use some common sense. So we've had storms before, so it's not like we've never had them. So do what you've done before and just do it due diligence, and you'll be okay. I'm oversimplifying, I guess, but it is what it is. So that one and that one. Oh, really? Wow. Either way, he's going to spend some time. All right, ladies, come on over. We'll get you set up.
I mispronounced her last name.
What?
I mispronounced her last name. I call you
Scheller? What's the U? Okay. We have 15 seconds. Bring me 2 chairs. Here's another microphone.
I gotta take a picture before I get on.
Oh, Lord. With my ashes on my head.
Well,
I'm
it's Lent.
Catholic, so.
He's a Christian. He knows.
No problem.
All right, here we go. Can I tell you, I got stuck. I got stuck in all the school traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. All right, Karen, you put on the cans. Holly, you're going to hold the mic. We're doing a little housekeeping here. We're going to get this thing ready to go in just a second. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic. And hello to you, Miss Hubbs. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Very, very good. I'm going to make sure. Give me a 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2.
There it is. There it is. It's working. All right. So, now we're on camera. We're going to put you right here and get you right over here on Facebook. Goes around the world. And so, there we go. Good morning. How you doing? Everybody good?
I'm good, yes.
All right. We'll try and get you. I'm going to hold on to this. They don't need me in the camera. They want to see. This is a case of the thorn between 2 roses is what this is right here. So.
Well, you're calling Holly a thorn.
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And I have ashes.
It's
so
the
there you
weather.
Yeah, okay.
This one's
Now, let me say it again. I'm the rose between 2 thorns. Not literally, but I'm sitting with 2 lovely ladies, and we're going to talk about a cool event. Holly, tell everybody who you are, please, and identify us and give us your title.
Scheller. I work at Franklin Woods Community Hospital. I am their colorectal health nurse there, and I promote colorectal awareness, and we also are certified in excellence for colorectal surgery.
Yeah. And you're passionate about this.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Now, it is a disease that affects a lot of people, but it is preventable. So before we get into the race itself, talk a little about colorectal cancer. Of course, this month is the Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, so tell us about it.
Well, March is known for colorectal cancer health awareness, and as you know, it was publicized recently that millennials have a very much increase for colorectal cancer because of their diet choices. So we strive to make our community more aware of the benefits of having a healthy diet and healthy lifestyle, as well as reaching out to them to make sure that all ages who are appropriate get their screening for colonoscopy because of your history of your family or some problems you may have, that you get that done regularly so that they can treat you early.
So educate us about our diet. What is it we should be avoiding, or what do we eat that helps to, I don't know, not promote, but to maybe make it more possible to get colorectal cancer? Our diet's very important, right?
Diet is very important. American diets are not always the best because we live off of a lot of processed foods. So eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, eating good protein and things that are not fried or fatty or greasy is always a key, as well as giving that wide range of color to your diets. Vegetables and fruits are picked.
We're talking to Miss Holly again. She's with us. And again, for the race that's coming up, the Run for Your Buns 5K. That's coming up again thanks to Franklin Woods Community Hospital, which is right here based in the Tri-Cities. So tell us a little about the race. And again, you are very passionate because you work with folks there at the hospital. So you see the upside, the good side, and you see the downside of colorectal cancer, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. This is our very first 5K to make the community aware of colorectal health. So the race will be on Saturday, March 4th at 9 a.m. You can register anytime, even the day of the race. This race is going to be different because we are trying to reach out to make it fun. So instead of t-shirts like normal race people have, we have boxers. And we actually brought a pair. And they say run for your side. They have buns on them, and then they are plaid. So you can put them over your pants because it may be a little chilly that morning, but that's okay. We'll all warm up when we're walking or running. The race is also going to be pet friendly, so you can bring your animals with you, your children. We are going to have water stations and treat stations for dogs. After the race, we have found that there's a growing need for education in our community for people to be more aware of how to prevent colon disease and colon cancer. So we're going to have a health fair with ambassadors from our community who will be there to hand out information and talk to you about colorectal awareness and prevention through diet and probiotics.
We're talking again to Miss Holly from Franklin Woods. Again, it's coming up on this coming Saturday, as a matter of fact. And so, first year race, of course, it's right out of the chute. It's your first time out. So, if you had a good crowd, what would be the numbers like to have?
I'd love to have like 200, 300 people. That'd be awesome.
Sure. Weather should be pretty good. It's going to be cool Saturday morning, I think, but it's going to be...
It's going to warm up quick.
It's going to warm up quick, so it'll be a good reason to get out there. Plus, the cause is fantastic. So, Run for Your Buns 5K. It's coming up again this coming Saturday. How do we get registered now?
You can register online through the Goose Chase, through their website. They're also going to have tables set up at Franklin Woods today from, I believe, 11:30 to 2, and then again tomorrow, and it's in front of the bistro. The cost is $25, and the proceeds go to patients. And we will have little cute finishing lines and medals. I think we have a medal here. So it's our little insignia with a little Run for Your Buns.
Check it out on, of course it's backwards, we know that on the camera, but Run for Your Buns. Actually a little heart, that is really neat. So that is cute, very creative, and
the happy colon.
And there's my happy colons on there because we all want happy colons.
Happy colon, there you go. That's
So
good.
if you have someone that you know who has been through this, or you yourself has been through this, come out and support those who are going through it now.
And you typically think it's for senior adults and older people, and I guess it is, but younger people can get it too, right?
Younger people can get that too. And then there's also aware of diseases of the colon. So anyone of any age can actually have an issue.
Is there a website we can go to on behalf of Franklin Woods to find out more about colorectal cancer? I mean, do you guys have anything, or is there a website out there in general we can check it out to find out more?
We do have a lot of information on our website on colorectal cancer and health. You can go there and it will direct you to different areas where you can get some assistance. As well as I am always available if they need help with any kind of colon education.
Because she is, as I said, when I met her, she is passionate about what she's talking about, and I'm glad. You know, there again, colorectal cancer, we've already said it about 30 or 40 times just this morning already, so it's getting publicity that normally wouldn't get, and that's the whole point of this race. It's the whole point of making March colorectal cancer awareness month, so it's a win-win to get the word out there about this disease, right?
Yes.
That's the name of the game. So, and so you are being facilitated on the race by the lady right over here known as the Goose Chase lady herself. That would be Karen Hubbs. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah. So let's, from your standpoint, the Goose Chase is going to be involved at goosechase.org. This is one of many races you're involved in, but this is one that, as you came in last week and told me, this is near and dear to your heart because this is something you want to help promote too and get the word out, right?
Well, it's a disease that most people don't know about.
Exactly.
And I have friends that have all sorts of things that have dealt with C. diff or Crohn's or whatever, and it's out there, and we don't ever talk about it. And we are trying to make it a fun race, so because we've heard Holly's told me stories. This has been a blessing right here.
Mm-hmm.
That she's told me stories of patients, and all they can do is laugh because of what they're going through. And so we're hoping to shine a light on this issue and also have fun at the same time.
Absolutely. Of course, coming up Saturday, 9 o'clock, and the actual course race will be where? You're kind of facilitating the course. Where's it going to be?
Start at 9 a.m. and it's right around Franklin Woods in the Wellness Center. And we go down towards Sunset and we stay at Franklin on the little green belt there. And so it's going to be a safe course. We work with the city of Johnson City to make sure it's safe. We'll have EMS out there, not that you'll need it, but we'll have massage therapists, we'll have all sorts of things. And it is dog friendly, stroller friendly, and just friendly.
Yeah, getting the word out about this disease, colorectal cancer, and that's the name of the game. Plus, get a pair of boxer shorts if you run in it, and a medal. So it's all good, and I love it. I really appreciate it. Holly. I mean, it's very obvious sitting talking to you that this is your hot button, and it should be. I mean, it's a disease we got to tackle and get more word out there about it, and it is preventable with a, never do say this right, colonoscopy.
Yes.
It is preventable. You can, if you catch it early, it's treatable, right?
Yes. If you can get your screenings done early, make sure that you eat a good diet, exercise. Hopefully they can catch anything that would be going on and get early intervention.
Good luck. Hope you have a big crowd.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. The more, the merrier.
You'll have to come out and join us.
I'm going to see if I can't get by there. I don't know if I'm going to run, but I would try. I'm going to try
just come and cheer.
I'm going to come. I'd like to get a pair of them boxer shorts. I don't know if you got my size, but I'd like to have a pair of those boxer shorts.
It's good.
That's good.
And Tom, there is a virtual run option. So if you can't make it and you do want to support, you can just go to our website, hit the virtual run, and again, the proceeds go to patients as well, and you get your posters.
There you go. Everybody wins. Great job. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Appreciate it very much. Miss Holly and Miss Karen stopping by again, talking about as we said, the Run for Your Buns coming up again on Saturday here in the Johnson City area. And again, it's going to be fun, and it's the name of the game. It's going to be very, very good, and a chance to get the word out about colorectal cancer, which is what it's all about. And so we appreciate that very, very much. And so if you get a chance, be sure and take it in. And Chick-Fil-A, do you deliver? No, Kim, I do not deliver. Kim Witherspoon says, good morning. Chick-Fil-A, do you deliver? No. Wish I could, but no, I'm right here, and we're in the midst of our show. But I guess I could make a specialized delivery for you, young lady. And so, Ben Foyt, thank you again one more time. Let's give me the very latest. I'm going to keep you on top of this. So folks want to know, and folks have come up and asked me during the interview, what's the latest on the storm. So we're a reference point, and that's what it's all about because we're live, and you have access to the radars back there. So a radar, what's the very latest? Tell me where we are in the storm, would you please? What's interesting as you say this, look outside and the sun's popped out here outside of Chick-Fil-A in North Johnson City. So it may be the calm before the storm literally, but right now the sun's popped out here at the Chick-Fil-A and the crossings in North Johnson City. So we will keep an eye to the sky and your ear to this radio station. We're going to keep you posted on. Keep Ben working all afternoon long until we get out of here at 1 o'clock to keep you posted as to what's going on. Again, East Tennessee State is closed now for the day, so several colleges of higher institutions of higher learning, if you will, colleges and universities have closed. And so, Ben, if you would, run those down again coming up here in just a second. Let you pull that screen back up. We're live here at Chick-fil-A on show number 469. Coming up, we're going to hear from Greg Sire at the top of the hour with our Major League Baseball update. Also, Dave Angie joins us coming up at 12:30 today. And Dave will be with us by virtue of talking, not by virtue, he'll be here and he will talk about the basketball tournaments last night. AAA, AA, Single A, then a barn burner, Johnson City. As Science Hill holds off Jeff County, and of course Boone and Crockett was a barn burner. They went into overtime on that one, so we'll talk about that with Angie, who was there covering both of those games. The AA tournament again saw East and Granger advance, and the Single A tournament, Cosby and the Hampton Bulldogs move on. So we'll hear from Dave Angie about that coming up here in just a few minutes as we're live here again in Chick-fil-A, the crossings in North Johnson City. Ben, again, take it away, my friend. Give me the very latest we need to know about on this storm and the radar, and we've already talked about that. I'm sorry about the closings, in particular the universities and colleges that have said we're going to go ahead and shut down for the day. Tell me about it. There you go. That's the very latest. Again, as far as colleges, most of the schools have already let out. They're in the process of letting out, and that's while you're seeing the crunch of traffic here, there's a lot of folks coming in here, and so that's good. That's what it's all about. So it is busy here at Chick-fil-A. That's the way we like it, and so Again, we'll take a break, come right back, and we'll be loaded up with Sweet Georgia Brown, our college and pro and high school basketball segment coming up next year. Top of the hour, Greg Sire joins us talking baseball. 12:30, Dave Angie joins us. And between now and then, somewhere through there, we'll squeeze in the opportunity to hear from the man they call Smoke, car owner Tony Stewart, reflecting on his driver, Kurt Busch, winning the Daytona 500. We'll have all that for you coming up as we're live at Chick-fil-A right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Facebook Live at AM 790 WETB. Hey, great job, man. Great job. The microphone's a little bit low because she's soft-spoken. So. Yep. What are you doing, buddy?
Nothing.
Out of school? You happy? Yeah. Where's your mama?
Oh, she's up there.
Oh, he was your granddaddy. Okay. And there's O'Kev. O'Kevin's doing good. So what are you going to do now the rest of the day? You're out of school.
Go to our mom's room.
Hang out with her. What's the big guy's name?
What do you mean?
Her boyfriend. What's his name?
Jonathan?
Yeah. You gonna go hang out with him? You playing basketball or baseball?
Basketball's over. I'm not playing baseball.
Is Kevin gonna play baseball? Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Chick-Fil-A again. To say this place is rocking is an understatement, but that's okay because they get them in, get them out. They don't mess around. And so come on over and have lunch with us again on this Wednesday, March the 1st. How about it coming in like a apparent lion, as we'll keep you up to date on the storm that's coming in our direction. As Ben said, it is in Knoxville. Before we get into the sports, again, I don't have the radar in front of me. I'm going to resolve that. I'm going to get what I need to get so I can be looking at the same thing you're looking at. But apparently it's a pretty big swath, and it's kind of got a funny configuration to it. You said it's in Knoxville and also up in Wise. Is that right? Kind of describe for us again how the swath of the storm, how it looks, and where it's headed. All right. Right now, what's our Mickey Ticky, by the way?
In the corner.
11:52. There you go. Let's roll with it. Sweet Georgia Brown. Let's get you up to date. What's going on in basketball? We love talking basketball. So here we go. Here's our basketball segment here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Last night, boy, they struggled again. 9th-ranked Kentucky. They go to 25-5. They trailed most of the game. They prevail at Rupp Arena in Lexington, as they defeat the Vanderbilt Commodores. 73-67 was the final. There was an upset last night. It was the Duke Blue Devils, 17th ranked in the country, now 23-7 because they beat 15th ranked Florida State in Durham, 75-70, upset by 5. Also last night you had Indiana going into Purdue and trying to knock off the Boilermakers, but 16th ranked Purdue held on, won by 11, 86-75. And then also 24th ranked Oklahoma State had to hang on to beat the Oklahoma State Cowboys 86-83. And again, as we said, 9th ranked Kentucky had to come from behind several times to defeat Vanderbilt at Rupp Arena 73-67. Tonight, top 25 college basketball as we wind down the regular season. You have the 12th ranked Florida Gators hosting Arkansas tonight. 19th ranked Notre Dame will be in South Bend against Boston College. Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons at 16-12, hosting Rick Pitino and his Louisville Cardinals, ranked 8th in the country. They are 23-6. And then 3rd ranked UCLA. There's a team to watch in March Madness. The UCLA Bruins at 26-3 at home tonight against Washington in men's top 25 college basketball. In the NBA last night, we'll take a look there. Washington beat Golden State 112-108. Doesn't happen often. Winningest team in the NBA, as the Wizards got him. John Wall had a double-double, 12 points, 19 assists. Oklahoma City beat Utah last night by 3, 109-106. Russell Westbrook did it again, a triple-double, 43 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists for Russell Westbrook, and the Thunder winning by 3. Also last night it was the Bulls and Denver. Denver got them by 18, 125-107. Also last night, Portland over Detroit. Detroit over Portland, 120-113 in the NBA. The schedule tonight looks like this for the National Basketball Association. See what's going on tonight in the NBA. And we have a full slate. You've got tonight the Knickerbockers in Orlando, Dallas and Atlanta. Philadelphia plays in Miami. The Raptors at home in Toronto against Washington. The world champion Cavaliers will be in Boston to battle the Celtics in Beantown. Denver and Milwaukee, Detroit and New Orleans. My San Antonio Spurs have been home tonight against the Indiana Pacers, Minnesota, Utah, Brooklyn at Sacramento, and the Houston Rockets on the left coast to battle the LA Clippers. We have all the finals on those for you tomorrow here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll be live from Champion Chevrolet tomorrow. We've got NASCAR late model driver Chris Van Dyke will be by there tomorrow to talk to us. Also, Kevin Harmon will be by with the UT report tomorrow. Carmike will be with us tomorrow, Champion Chevrolet. And we got another surprise guest that's going to join us tomorrow from Champion. So we'll give you all the finals from everything going on tonight, of course. Tomorrow we're going to be at Champion Chevrolet. 4 before the hour, we're live at Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Greg Salyer due to join us here at the Major League Baseball update. Hope Greg left early to get over here because it's rocking and rolling here at the old chicken coop right now. Chick-fil-A is hopping. That's the way we like it, and so busy time here. Basketball last night. Dave Angie joins us coming up the bottom of the hour here today to talk about these games, but he covered 2 barn burners last night. In overtime, Science Hill defeats Jefferson County 50-48. Ken Cutlamp's Hilltoppers move on. In a backyard Donnybrook, Crockett 77, Boone 75. And so Crockett moves on. Science Hill and Crockett play tomorrow night for the regional championship. Both will be moving on to the sub-state for the 2nd consecutive year. In AA basketball last night, Sullivan East eliminates the Elizabethton Cyclones 43-38. Granger knocks off Unicoi County on their home floor 71-58. Tomorrow night for the Region 1 AA championship. Both moving on to the sectional next week. Sullivan East and Granger play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. In the Region 1 quarterfinals, or the semifinals at Chucky Doak, last night Cosby beat North Green 64-59. Hampton's guys beat Northview 55-41. So again, it's going to be Hampton and Cosby tomorrow night for the Region 1 regional championship, 1A championship being played at Chucky Doak High School. Being we talked about this, you look at them again, here's Hampton, little old school in Carter County, not a whole lot of students, but Hampton's boys and Hampton's girls are playing for the regional championship. Tomorrow night, it'll be for the guys on Thursday, and the ladies, of course, play the regional championship coming up, on tonight. As a matter of fact, they play tonight, the regional championship, Hampton Lady Bulldogs and South Green, the number 1 team in the state. So, you know, it's pretty incredible. A school the size of Hampton, year in and year out, solid football team, obviously a very good boys basketball team, Ned Smith, and now the Lady Bulldogs having a big year too. So for a school the size of Hampton, pretty impressive to have 2 teams, both of their boys and girls basketball teams in the regional championship.
Picture of it, but after the other one got shot down, I didn't bring that up.
In the AA Regional Championship tonight, they are playing tonight, by the way. The AA Regional Championship in Unicoi County will be Granger's Ladies against the Lady Green Devils. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off tonight. Now, obviously, we don't have anything to go with this, to base this on, but I don't know whether those games will be played tonight or not, given the fact of the storm. The Single A Regional Championship also scheduled tonight, South Green and Hampton at Chucky Doak High School. I can only say at this point they're still on, but you would think if school's out because of these storms, you would not come back and play the basketball games, but I don't know that. So I know the AAA championship will be tomorrow night. They're going to package it with the boys championship, which I think is a really good thing. So they're both going to be playing tomorrow night. Again, it'll be Science Hill and Crockett, and then that'll be the first game will be Daniel Boone's Lady Trailblazers of Morristown West tomorrow night at Science Hill, and then the second game will be the championship at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So 6 o'clock for the AAA Girls Championship, and then 8 o'clock for the AAA Boys Championship, both at Science Hill. But again, scheduled tonight, Granger, Greenville, Unicoi County for the AA Girls Championship from the region, and then also scheduled tonight, the number 1 team in the state, the South Green Lady Rebels in Single A basketball, taking on the Lady Bulldogs, Hampton at 7 o'clock, and those games are both scheduled for this evening. So if they play, I don't know if it's going to be. Again, back up home we played, which is a long time ago. The rule of thumb was, man, if you didn't go to school, you didn't play ball. And so, in fact, the rule in our household was, with my father, if you didn't go to school for whatever reason, including if school got canceled for snow, you're not going to play basketball tonight, whether everybody else does or not. If you can't make it to school, whether they play or not, you're not going to play tonight. So, whether that's right or wrong, he was old school, but, I tend to agree. If you can't get to school for 8 hours at school, why should you risk and jeopardize folks going out on the highway to play basketball tonight? So, but again, they didn't ask me. So, anyway, but Well, Papa Bear said, boys, if school's canceled today for whatever reason, they got a game tonight, you ain't going. We didn't. So, and that hurt our playing time too. But that's how he was. So maybe we can find out. I don't know if you can get on the see if those games are scheduled for sure tonight or not. But again, Granger, Greenville, 7 o'clock, Unicoi County, the AA regional championship, and South Green and Hampton in the single A regional championship tonight at 7 o'clock. The AAA, as we said, is packaged tomorrow night with the boys championship at Science Hill. So there you go. That is our basketball segment here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We've hit the top of the hour. It's flown by. Hour number 1 is in the books. We'll take a break, come right back. Officially, you're listening to AM 790 WETB, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We'll let Ben give us the very latest on the radar, what's happening with the storm, and then move right into baseball. And hopefully to that point, our buddy Greg Sally will be here. If not, we've got lots to talk about till he gets here. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live with Chick-Fil-A The Crossings in North Johnson City on Facebook Live and also on AM 790 WETB. Thank you. Drew told me that the show sounds a whole lot tighter because we're segmenting, so.
We're like in that transition area where I don't have this that's there all the time. We're not on that lot. The system.
Yeah.
It's just a slower time.
Ladies, I got 5-10 seconds to go, okay?
It is.
Did we accomplish what you wanted?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it's,
You did good.
I can't communicate because I'm juggling here. I'm getting ready to go back on the air, but I just want to make sure we did what you wanted. We did.
I think you did what I wanted.
That's all I want.
I just want people to understand that it's important. They need to be more involved. And they need to have it screened.
See, one of my sponsors is Tri-Cities Gastro.
Yes.
With Findus and Fry, and they're always, particularly this month, they'll be on there a lot talking about colorectal cancer. So
Yeah.
getting your colonoscopy.
I mean, it is. I know that we do colonoscopies, but I don't care where you have it done at. You need to have it done. It's like I have colon cancer in my family, and it's in 3 in my immediate. So I have one. I have one every 3 years.
Is it prevalent more guys than girls?
Nope.
Does that make a difference?
And now they're finding more and more young people with colon diseases like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis because of their diets.
Wow. So diet's the key, huh?
Diet is the key.
And you would ask her that question as we're sitting.
Watching cleanly, probiotics, deep fermented foods, drink a lot of water,
Turmeric.
stay away from pop.
Oh, really? Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, hour number 2 upon us. Again, we want to say thanks to Holly from Franklin Woods and also Karen Hubb from the goosechase.org. Run for your buns 5K coming up on Saturday. Colorectal cancer awareness. And it's a good thing to get that word out about this disease. And again, as she said, it's so treatable with a colonoscopy, but you got to get in there and get it because otherwise symptoms can be going on and you don't even know it. So, and she just told me, which I did not realize, it's as prevalent in females as it is in males. So there you go. We're here live again at Chick-Fil-A. It is hour number 2 upon us. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to hear from Dave Angie. Also, we're going to hear from Tony Stewart, the owner of the team Kurt Busch, winning, of course, the Daytona 500. And it's pretty interesting, some of his comments. We have him on camera. He's here. He's our buddy Greg Salyer. Was it tough getting in here? A little crowded?
Yeah, a little crowded. Trying to get in the parking lot there. It took me about as long to get in the parking lot.
To get here? Yeah. However, we'll say this. They move you in pretty quick. You're not, if you're in the drive-thru, you're in, you're out, you're on your way. You're not in there long, I can tell you that. They flat move the merchandise, and where I'm sitting here, they are slinging the food here today, and that's okay because a lot of folks getting out because of the storm. We'll get the very latest from, well, Ben, let's do it now before we get into our baseball segment. What is the very latest the radar is showing you right now for the storm that's heading our direction, has impacted some of the folks already in our region? What's the latest? Well, again, my point is not to fan the flame of hysteria. My point is provide information, and you have to make the decision as a person, an adult, child, whoever's listening, what you need to do for the storm. We've had storms like this before, obviously. I don't know to this magnitude, but I would think over the years since I've been around, we've had some humdingers, they say. So, and we're also, as we've said throughout the show, we're pretty resilient up here in the mountains. Not much takes us by surprise, and if it does, we react pretty quickly. So whatever we have, what we're going to go through in the next, 4, 5, 6 hours, we'll be all right. We're going to pull through it. We just got to use your noggin and err on the side of caution. And so beyond that, we'll just turn over to the good Lord, and that's the best hands we can put it in. We're here. There is the Queen. The Queen is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
We saw one of the princes.
We did see. It's like the whole court's here. Who's the jet? Don't go there, Tom. Don't go there. But the Queen is here, and the princes are here, and of course our buddy Greg's here talking Major League Baseball. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, Tom. How about you?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much coming over here. I know on days like today, it's kind of out of the norm. Everything's kind of upheaval with schools being out. Universities are closing. ETSU's closed. A lot of the other schools of higher learning are shutting down. So it's kind of everybody's kind of whatever, running around to and fro. But you came and you're talking baseball, and here we go. What do you got for us? We'll get into the rest in a few minutes. I want to enjoy this, but go ahead, take it away. And what do we have going on right now in Major League Baseball? What's happening?
Hey, I got one game I want to talk about, one spring training game from yesterday. You may have already mentioned this, I don't know, but when we were breaking down the American League East, I talked about how the Rays just didn't have the bats to compete in the division. Well, yesterday they scored 19
19-0 over Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I did talk about their pitching, so I was half right about this team because for 7 innings, they pitched a perfect game. And, of course, it was several different pitchers in the game, but for 7 innings, they had a perfect game going until a single led off the 8th inning. But, an interesting game that I was looking at. Several of the Rays players have an OPS over 2 at this point, and one of them has a 3.33 OPS. He's probably going to be a double A. But, these guys are knocking the cover off the ball. And a guy named Neil Wagner was the only pitcher that ever hit. He pitched 2 innings, 8 and 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and also had 3 strikeouts in those 2 innings as well. So, interesting game that I thought we were going to talk about.
So has your theory been shot? Got holes in it? No. Because and we talked about this Monday at the Speedway with Drew, and so I'm going to get your take on this because the Reds are on the short end of the stick right now. But, learning, and you played the game, losing is habit forming, so is winning. So the Twinkies come out and get nailed 19-0 yesterday. Yeah. This team lost over 100 games last year, so they cleaned out the front office. They're kind of starting from scratch, trying to rebuild this franchise. So yesterday didn't help the cause. I mean, psychologically, you played at Tennessee High and as a catcher, and get beat down like that, it's kind of tough to swallow, even in spring training, right?
Yeah, and the game was worse than the score kind of lets you sound, makes you think. It's bad enough to get beat 19-0, but then to go until the 8th inning before you even get a runner on base, that makes it even worse. So
the bad news bears.
I read some of Paul Molitor's quotes from this game, and it was almost like on 3rd inning, he's ready to get up.
Oh, yeah.
That's almost how it has to be. And you might expect that if they're playing the Red Sox or something like that.
Toronto, another wide open game. Toronto blanked Pittsburgh 12-0. So there was some high scoring affairs yesterday. The Reds lose to the White Sox 10-9. They're 0-5. So before we get into everything else, the Reds, you have the last 2 years like you've had. Psychologically, when you're 0-5 out of the gate in spring training, Drew and those guys, I talked to Drew, he's a big baseball guy, so now spring training, it doesn't matter. But I think psychologically it does matter. I think you gotta think, if I'm out on the field and I'm 0-5 in spring training, I'm thinking, God, here we go again, or this thing's continuing from last year. And it is spring training, and it can get turned around quickly, and spring training is there to evaluate talent and get folks ready, but psychologically, do you need a victory to kind of stem the tide a little bit if you're not only the Reds but any of these teams?
Yes,
Thank you.
And now the thing about it, though, early on, we got to realize too, a lot of these guys that are playing in these early spring training games, they're not guys that are going to be there when the season starts.
Exactly.
So that you can say, well, okay, maybe it's indicative of what the season's going to hold, maybe not. If we're at the last few days of spring training and it's still like this, then yeah, we've got some problems. You need to be pulling out some wins.
Yeah, and see, granted, and everything you said is true, but I'm thinking the poor old boy or whoever's up there trying to sell tickets for the Reds in Cincinnati, and they pick it up and go, lose 10-9 to the White Sox or 0-5. I mean, that doesn't help ticket sales. So,
yeah, and
thank you, ma'am.
They made a valiant comeback effort yesterday. Scored 3 in the night, but couldn't pull it out.
There you go.
And of course, this would be the year that I win the lottery to be chosen to buy opening day tickets, and I did. Those tickets went on sale this morning at 9 o'clock, and I looked at them.
Yeah.
I did not get out my car.
Oh, you didn't take the bait.
I did not.
Wow, proud of you.
Yeah, that's a bucket list thing. It's good opening day in Cincinnati. But when I looked at the prices for opening day tickets and the team, I think that we're going to have the season with. The cheapest ticket I found was $44, and that's the bleacher seats. The nosebleed seats around home plate, though.
Yeah.
So,
Which tells you something. Opening day, you can get a behind the home plate ticket for the Reds for $52. So anyway, we're not going to beat. There goes the Queen and the Princess out the door. So we're talking to Greg Salyer, talking baseball. We are dialed in here, and again, by virtue of the storm, a lot of schools, most all the schools are out, including some of the universities. It is busy here at Chick-Fil-A, but don't let that stop you from coming. I'm watching here. They're about average 4 minutes. They're running people through here and getting their orders and drive-throughs the same way. All right, let's jump in and go. What we got going on that you want to talk to us about?
Yeah, I've got 2 things I really want to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about the AL West, and as we break down these divisions. I had a conversation with somebody at church the other day. We've got a diehard Astros fan at our church, and someone who possibly was going to give up on the Astros, and they were really struggling. They were where the Reds are now. And I tried to talk to him and say, hey, don't do it. Stick with your team. I'm picking the Houston Astros to win the American League West.
Over the Dodgers? Oh, I'm sorry, the American League. I'm sorry.
No.
Over the Rangers?
Over the Rangers.
Wow. Okay.
Now, it's dependent upon one thing, and that is Dallas Keuchel. Will he pitch like he pitched in 2015 and he won the Cy Young, or will he pitch like he did last year? And I think that he can pitch like he did in 2015. I think he can come back after an off year. I don't think he was extremely healthy last year. I think he can come back and lead the pitching side in 2015. And I think he will lead that team. I think they have the best lineup in the division. They went out and got the pieces they needed. They took some Yankees. Brian McCann on the right, that's an advantage for them, I think. Correa and Altuve at the middle is a double play combo. I think they could be the best double play combination in baseball. I really like this kid, Alex Bregman at third base for them. And in addition to Josh Reddick, play right field. They've got a really solid, good young team. They've got the veterans too. So, I think the Astros are the team to beat in the American League West.
Talking to Greg Salyer, our weekly Major League Baseball update. Of course, opening days a ways away, but very much spring training in high gear right now. We'll run down the schedule for you coming up in a minute. Winners from yesterday. Again, we're talking about the Tampa Bay and the Toronto games. Also, you got wins from the Mets, the Phillies, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Angels, Seattle, the Yankees, Kansas City, Atlanta, Oakland, Arizona, and Washington. Speaking of the Mets, Tim Tebow steps up and hammers out 4 home runs and 5 pitches in spring training, taking BP for the Mets now. There is talk, and they continue to squash this in Kingsport, but there is talk that he may, at some point, either start the season here, but he may, Tim Tebow, not for sure, but there's a possibility that Tim Tebow would be coming to Kingsport to play for the Kingsport Mets in the Appalachian League, at least make a stop on his way up or just start here, and that's not guaranteed either. But, man, you talking about putting some folks in the seats, I'd be right there to in fact, if you go to my personal Facebook, I picked up an interview that he had the other day, and I shared it with everybody. It's awesome how he talks about, he's not here for baseball or football. He's here to serve the Lord and to, how did he say it? To give faith, hope, and love to people who are in the darkest hour that need pick me up. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but this guy, of course, the media just hammers him all the time. I think it's because of his faith and the stand he takes. But anyway, Tim Tebow and the Mets win yesterday, and there's a chance, and chance is the key word, that he may be in Kingsport this year, or at least some part of the season with the Kingsport Mets, the Appalachian League, which remains to be seen. But anyway, the Mets won yesterday. Carry on, you've got the Astros, or you've got the Rangers picked second, the AL West, and you've got the Mariners. Something about those two teams.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers, I really like the young players. Omar Mazara, Rougned Odor, and Joey Gallo. I think this is his year to finally break through. He's been a prospect for years now. He can hit the ball. The guy's got phenomenal talent. It's time to show, are you a 4A player or are you a player? This is his year. He's got to be one or the other. And I think he will. Adrian Beltre, I love that guy. He is an ageless future Hall of Famer. I mean, this guy is the real deal and has been, seems like forever.
It just plays the game.
Yeah.
Keeps his nose clean.
Yeah.
No controversy, just plays.
Right. The only controversy about him is he does not like people touching his head. And when another player walks up and tries to touch his head, they have a problem. But that's about the only controversy. Everything Beltre. And he's a mature guy now. He's in his late 30s and coming down to the end of his career. But still producing, still hitting the ball just like he ever has. And love that. So, and then their starters, they've got Cole Hamels, Lee Darvish. They should lead that rotation. And I think they've got a good staff. I think if Keuchel does not come through like I thought, the Rangers will win everything.
Talking to Greg Salyer, talking Major League Baseball. We're live at Chick-Fil-A. Dave Angie joins us at the bottom of the hour, talking all kinds of stuff, whatever we can get on the plate, as fast as we can get him to cover all kinds of different sports topics. You go from the Rangers, you go to the Mariners, the Angels, and then, of course, the cellar dwellers, the Oakland A's.
Yeah. The Mariners, I'd love to pick them higher. I really would. I'd love to pick them in the first or second division, but I think there's two Texas teams just too tough for them. I love the addition of Gene Segura as the shortstop and leadoff man. I think that was a huge move for them. I think it's going to move them up greatly. Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Felix Hernandez are all difference makers for them. Those guys, if they produce, they're going to have the Mariners right there in the thick of things. Danny Valencia, good pickup. He played first. He's been a third baseman, but they're really playing at first. And I think it's a pickup to them as well. The Angels, they're in fourth. Mike's the best player in baseball. There's no doubt about it. You can make an argument maybe for Bryce Harper, the best player in the National League. Mike Trout's the best player in baseball. There's just no two ways about it. But the only help he has on that team is that's really the only offensive players they have on the team that are really going to produce. I mean, you can say Anderson Simmons because I saw him play in Cincinnati a few years ago now, about 4 years ago. He was with the Braves, and he looked like Ray Braves. He hit 2 home runs in the game. And he can produce. He just doesn't seem to do it consistently. So,
but if you have the firepower like you've got with Pujols and Trout, how come you're not winning more? Pitching or lack thereof?
Yeah.
Okay.
Garrett Richards has got to come back strong after that UCL tear from last year. If he doesn't, the Angels may be the cellar dwellers. They just don't have the pitching. That's the problem.
We're talking to our buddy Greg Salyer again. We mentioned the Angels. Last but not least, the poor old Oakland A's. Charlie Finley somewhere is probably just not having a good day thinking about his Oakland A's and how far they've slid. Man, oh man, remember the days of Canseco, McGuire, and the Bash brothers, and Ricky Henderson, and I'm going to even go back to Vada Blue and those guys way back in the day. Reggie Jackson, Gene Tennis, Joe Rudy, yep, and Bert Campaneris. But no, like a drum. But they have slipped a long way down, the A's, and so nowhere to go but up for that franchise, right?
Yeah, I like Chris Davis up in left field. Once again, he's the star. He'll be the guy. And he will produce. Sonny Gray is a good, solid major league pitcher. Looks like he could be traded at the deadline. I think that'll happen this year. They talked about this last year. I think they're not going to be contention. Matt Joyce was a good pickup, but not enough for him. You know, and I hate to say this, but it's just not a whole lot to like about this. You know, they're a couple of years away. They have some good prospects in the minor leagues. You know, a guy named A.J. Pitt is a solid left-handed starter that will be probably in a couple of years. But they've got other guys that are good, solid prospects. They're 2 to 3 years away. And, you know, look for the A's then, but I don't think we can.
Here's the schedule today of Major League Baseball spring training. Boston and Baltimore, Miami, Houston, Mets and the Cardinals, Philadelphia and Tampa Bay, the Pirates in Minnesota, Washington, Detroit, split squad. So I would think with a split squad, Daniel Norris is yet to throw this year. So maybe this will be his day to get some throws in. One half of the team plays the Nationals, and the other half plays Toronto, Arizona and the White Sox, the Cubs in Kansas City, the Reds in Milwaukee and Phoenix at 3:05 this afternoon, Seattle and Cleveland. The A's, we just mentioned, taking on San Diego, split squad. The other half of the Padres taking on Colorado. Texas and the Angels, Atlanta and the Yankees tonight, and the Dodgers in San Francisco tonight in Scottsdale, Arizona. So college baseball polls around, by the way. Top 10 in college baseball for this week. Texas Christian, Florida, LSU, Oregon State, Arizona the top 5. Then comes Louisville, North Carolina, Virginia, Ole Miss, and the Seminoles of Florida State are the top 10 this week in the college baseball top 10 polls. So the RUB. Now, before we get out of here, you got an interesting article. Someone to you that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can mention the name. Ed McClure brought me a copy of the Asheville Citizen newspaper, December 6, 1960. The thing was falling apart. It was very fragile. It's hard to read, hard to look at. But I made a copy of this one article that really jumped off the page because the headline of this article said, AL gets tough, that's interleague play in 61.
Wow.
So I started reading this, and basically what it was talking about was Joe Connor, who was president of the American League in 1960, said, okay, we're going to have 9 teams in 1961. We need the National League to step up and have 9 teams in 1961. And therefore, we're going to have interleague play because we will have an odd number of teams. Now, I had no idea that this was going on because I wasn't informed. I had no idea that happened until I read this article, and it was fascinating to read this because basically what he was saying was the American League. Okay, what had happened? The Washington Senators moved to Minnesota. The nation's capital was without baseball. They wanted baseball in Washington. That's what it came down to. They said, we wanted baseball in Washington, D.C. And the National League said, okay, we will move some of our games to Washington. We will play there and just pick one of the teams to be the home team and play there. But we're not going to go to really play at this point. And the National League wanted to put a team, but they were not quite ready to put a team in Houston. And the American League said, well, we need to go to New York and put a team there. Of course, New York had lost both the Dodgers and the Giants 3 years before that, 2 or 3 years before that. And they said, we need National League Baseball in New York. It's big enough to handle another team. Let's do that. And the American League said, we're going to go then out to Los Angeles, and we're going to put a team in Los Angeles.
Tit for tat.
Yep.
There you go.
Here's what happened. After reading this article, okay, I know some of this stuff didn't take place. So Joe Cronin was saying, this is what you've got to do. This is what the AL demanded you to do. So what happened was, I already said that the Senators went to Minnesota and became the Twins. Also in 1961, also Angels were established. Cronin did exactly what he said. We're going out to Los Angeles, we're going to be a team there in 1961. That was the first year of the Angels. A new team, also called the Washington Senators, began in 1961, but then became the Texas Rangers in 1972. So they put another team, not the same Washington Senators, but another team there in Washington, also called the Washington Senators, the very next year. Interesting thing. Now, all these are AL teams. And So then in 1961, the AL had 10 teams, and the National League had 8 teams.
8 teams.
Yeah. Now, in 1962, the New York Mets joined the National League along with the Houston Colt 45.
Colt 45s, yep.
Yeah, became the Astros, of course. And, you know, what Joe Cronin wanted was 9 teams in each league, which required interleague play. What he got was 8 teams in the National League, 10 teams in the American League, and then eventually 10 teams in both leagues.
And the rest they say is history.
Yeah,
There you go.
fascinating.
Who's the most famous Washington senator? As soon as you said it, I thought of that. Remember the big guy? Frank Howard.
Howard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that Washington senator. When you said most famous Washington senator, I thought Walter Johnson.
Well, that's true. That's true. I was thinking big old Frank Howard. Big Frank was feast or famine. He either knock it to Arlington, Virginia, or strike out. So,
A monster of a man.
oh man, him and Harmon Killebrew, big boys. Great stuff. Hey, we're 11 days out from the 50th anniversary of the church. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the big day. We're going to have a 2-hour service that day. We're going to start at 9:45 and go until 12, have lunch then, and continue on to that. We've got some guests to be with us. There's not a lot of churches that, on their 50th anniversary, can bring back the church planter that started the church and have him tell the story, and we're able to do that. He actually, this backyard actually makes our church property, and we're excited to have him back with us that day. Randy Davis from Tennessee Baptist Mission Board is with us as well. He's going to be preaching that day. So we've got a lot of good music that's going to happen. It's going to be great. We're looking forward to it.
It'll be a week from Sunday on March the 12th. So if you don't have anything to do, want to come and see a church that's going strong after 50 years, still rocking and rolling, as they say, want to be there a week from Sunday on Cherokee Road. And what's going to be the sermon this week, big guy?
Well, this week we're going to be looking at Daniel chapter 1. We're talking about establishing a foundation. And figure out kind of where we're going with that. Establishing a foundation. Deciding what we're going to do before we have to take place.
There you go. It's coming up this coming Sunday. There will be church tonight at this point.
We are, yeah, we've been having calls already asking if we have a church. So, yeah, we are texting to one Lisa channel and get calls.
That's our boy Horace. Oh, that's our boy. So anyway, good stuff. Appreciate you as always. Get you something to eat and say hello to the Queen and the Princess were here. So that was kind of a cameo for them to blow through, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was behind them coming in, so I knew they were here.
Oh, you're traveling separate? Okay.
Yeah,
There you go. All right. Well, have a great day. See you tonight.
All right, see you later.
Good man right there, buddy. Greg Sire, great baseball update again. Major League Baseball right in the midst of spring training, and it's going strong, and it's going good, too. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. Dave Angi's here. We're going to hear from Tony Stewart as we work our way through this Wednesday here at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Talking sports tomorrow at Champion Chevrolet. We're going to be joined by Chris Van Dyke, the NASCAR late model driver, is going to be there in person. One of the coolest interviews. This guy's good. It's a heck of an interview. Can't wait to have him on tomorrow. Carmike will be there. Kevin Harmon's going to have our UT update tomorrow with the men's team, the lady ball, certainly the new AD. We're going to hear about that from Dave Angie coming up here in a second. But we will be at Champion Chevrolet tomorrow on our Thursday visit at Champion. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're live again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, on Facebook Live at AM 790 WETV.
Leave it to me to knock over the whole thing.
You going to eat, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
You okay? Give me what time? How much time we got? Hey, Bubba.
How's it going?
Good. Talk that right there.
Yeah.
Pictures over here, some gobbled up, so. talk about the two last night you saw. Those are barn burners, weren't they?
I've done a long time. Every piece of equipment I have, my keyboard, I've got to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. But the biggest night, biggest basketball games of the year, man, I was struggling.
Did you keep your cool?
I did. I did. Cool under pressure.
Cucumber, baby. The man is a cucumber. Cool under pressure.
When times get tough, you can lean on thud. You can lean on old thud.
I'm writing that down. That's good there. When times get tough, you can lean on thud.
Yeah, I had to run for anything, too.
When times get tough, you can lean on thud. I like it. Times get tough, you can lean on thud.
Good old thud. Man, I'll tell you, there's probably some tape of me playing basketball. I could put together a compilation and get the floor. It's the weirdest situations.
Oh, that's great. That is great. So,
I grew 6 inches in one summer. I couldn't keep myself up there anymore. You know?
you're hilarious.
Flop.
Oh, flop.
My freshman coach called me sawmill for a while because everybody that came in there got hacked up. Everybody came in the paint. I was averaging, I threw 4 fouls a game, 4.5 maybe, there for a while.
Coming out with bruises. All right, here we go. Value Everyday Food City. Oh, yes, we'll be there next Friday. It's where we're going to be next Friday. We're cranking it up the new month. Gosh, I don't know where we're going to be in Boones Creek. Then we're going to be in Elizabethton. Then we're going to be, wherever we're going to be. We'll be around 3 Fridays a month, and so we'll be out there starting next month. This Friday, we got a surprise stop. We'll tell you about that tomorrow, where we're going to be for Friday. We're at Chick-Fil-A today, and our man is here, the Thud Man. The Thud Monster's in the house.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Our buddy Dave Angie from the Johnson City Press. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Man, I am fantastic.
Yes. Now, you came in a few minutes ago. Weather so far so good out here, right?
It's not bad. A little breeze out there, so.
No rain?
My kid just got off the school bus a few minutes ago for some reason. You know, back in my day,
Preach it. Here we go.
Back in your day, too.
Yep.
It thundered and lightning. We went to school because, back in my day, they held it indoors. I don't know what happens now. Anyway, it's a new one on me, but hopefully everybody stays safe this afternoon.
There you go. And we continue to say, as we have throughout the show, we're not going to fan the flames of hysteria, but we've had, and I'm not, it could be severe, and I'm sure it is going to be severe to a point, but we've had severe storms before. We're pretty resilient folks up here. We're going to batten down the hatches. It's going to be okay, but they have erred on the side of caution and released schools, and so, far be it from me to question what they're doing, but yeah, when we were in school, you just kind of hunkered down, went on to school, and you had storms, and you dealt with it then. You what? No, we didn't. Hey, in West Virginia, we didn't have desks, so we put down our clay tablets and ran for the closets. So. But you're right. But anyway, so we're going to get another report from Ben coming up in a few minutes about where the radar is, where it's at, and what's going on. 26 before the hour. He's here, our buddy Dave Angie on camera, Facebook Live, and of course on AM 790 WETV. And man, oh man. Into the new AD in a minute, but I gotta talk about these games last night. You saw 2 barn burners at Science Hill, and tell us about the games, Science Hill and Jeff County and Boone and Crockett.
Oh, absolutely. Two barn burners, and I'll tell you, it was one of those nights for me, just to give you a little insight here. About every piece of equipment I had last night refused to work. My camera, I couldn't get it to hook into my iPad to edit and send photos. I finally got 2 photos out of there. My keyboard went down on my iPad that I type on, so I was typing on the screen. It was hunt and peck, man. It was rough times, but got the stories done and got them filed, and absolutely 2 tremendous basketball games. You look at Science Hill. We talked a lot about them the second half of the season. They were blowing people out. They were winning games, 20 points, an average of 20 points on those victories at the end of the season. But once you get into tournament play, games just kind of grind out a little bit. You have to go grind out wins. And what happened these last 2 against the county and Jeff County, they've taken 2 tremendous shots by teams in kind of put their best effort out there and managed to win a couple one-possession games. It just really shows the heart and the toughness of Science Hill. Then, of course, you look at Crockett and Boone. Huge rivalry game. The atmosphere for that one was so electric. It was amazing as that one unfolded. Josh Relaford, I can't say enough about that kid. If I had a vote, he would be the Big 7 player of the year. It didn't turn out that way for him, but man, I'll tell you, I think people that cast ballots will probably reconsider the other night. He hit a three-pointer there to his 35th point of the night to tie it at 75. Touch three. Comes down, his layup attempt near the end was off the mark. And Mikhail Bryant, a freshman, comes in and gets the ball, gathers himself, puts it in the basket for the winning shot from Crockett. So just a fantastic night of basketball, just great competition, and can't wait for the regional final.
That would be Kim's boys, as a matter of fact. Kim, longtime coach at Tennessee High, the Lady Vikings, Kim Wright, and her husband's name, I want to say, is Perry, if I'm not mistaken. But again, McHale named after the obvious, Kevin McHale, the Boston Celtics. So she and our big Birdman family Bird. So yeah, her son, freshman, huge game. You're talking about ice water in his veins, and that got him over the top. Boone played their heart out, and I think Danny told me here that the Boone coach got ejected, and so.
Let me say a thing about that, because there's been some speculation. People see a coach has been ejected from the game, and they say, "Man, this guy blew his top." And I'm not a guy that ever says anything about officiating, so I hope it gives some credibility to the matter when I say that there was no reason for him to be ejected from the game. I think the first technical foul that he got was questionable, and of course he's going to be steamed after that. And he immediately picks up another one really, really quick. And by all rules of officiating, I see a lot of officiating because I go to a ton of basketball games. I've covered probably 20 in the last 2 or 3 weeks. What happened in that was just tremendously unfortunate in an elimination game for a coach to be run in the third quarter with so much on the line for so little, because he was upset, but hey, they're all upset out there. As an official, you have to keep a level head as well, and I just feel like that was not warranted, and I don't think it should reflect on Chris Brown. He's a fantastic basketball coach. Just a wonderful guy doing his job, and got tossed out of there. And even John Good afterwards, the Crockett coach, said, "I just hate it for him. I feel bad that happened." So just to set the record straight on that, I just don't think any less of Chris Brown from that deal, because I think he got the short end of the stick in that play.
You got tossed in the first quarter?
Third quarter.
Third quarter.
Yeah.
We're talking to Dave Onge of the Johnson City Press. So those two play tomorrow night for the championship. It will be a doubleheader now. The Boone girls, the Morristown West ladies will play tomorrow night. They package this together to be a doubleheader. Now, the AA girls regional is scheduled for tonight. I don't know what kind of impact the Storm's going to have on the AA game, which will be Greenville and Granger at Unicoi County tonight. The single A girls regional championship is scheduled at 7 o'clock at Chucky Doak between South Green and the Hampton Lady Bulldogs. So those, as far as I know, are still on. I don't know anything to the contrary.
I remember seeing on Twitter that the Hampton game's been moved. People, before you head out to the gym tonight, just be sure to get on social media somewhere and check and see if the game's still on, because I know there have been some postponements later on this week, and I'm almost positive Hampton girls are one of those. So.
Double A last night, Sullivan East beat Elizabethton 43-38. Granger gave it a pretty good shot to Unicoi County, beat them 71-58. So it's East and Granger tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. In the single A, Cosby and North Green. Cosby wins 64-59. Defeated Northview 56-41. So Hampton and Cosby play tomorrow night of the single A championship, and Sullivan East and Granger tomorrow night of the double A championship, and then tomorrow night again the double dip. Morristown West Lady Trojans. They played each other twice in the regular season. Both teams won on their home court. Boone beat West up here, and West beat Boone down there. Third time's a charm, rubber match, neutral floor. How do you see that one tomorrow night between Morristown West and Boone's ladies?
That's going to be a battle. I think, personnel-wise, just from what I've seen of those two teams, I watched West against Science Hill the other night. I would give Boone a slight advantage. If Mason Culbertson's 100%. She kind of went kneecap to kneecap, kind of banged knees with the girl late in the game and went out. If it's just a bruise or that type of situation, she should be out there around full strength. But, for her, Division I signing, obviously, you need that player on the floor. I think that would give them an advantage over Morristown West. But, if you look at the way Boone plays, they're hanging their hat on the defensive end of the floor. There's times when they struggle to find consistent offense, but the defense is going to be good throughout. So, the key for Boone is going to be finding a way to get the ball in the basket enough to be able to win. But I'll tell you, for Morristown West, it's hard to find ways to score on Boone, especially when you look at St. Pearson in the paint. She's tough to shoot over. She changes a lot of shots, and it's going to be a matter of West being able to move the ball well and find open shots and be patient for them to have a chance in this one.
Talking to Dave Angie of the Johnson City Press, sports writer. We're live here at Chick-Fil-A for 19 more minutes. We'll take a break coming up here in a second and switch gears, talk a little Tennessee Athletic Director results of the new AD. So tomorrow night you've got the obvious Crockett and Science Hill, the rematch again. There has been, everybody knows the story. I think there's been, let's just say it's an intense rivalry between the two schools for whatever reason. And so what do you see tomorrow night? They played each other twice in the regular season, and what do you anticipate tomorrow night in that ball game?
I'll tell you, I think it's going to be a good ball game. You look at Crockett. I mean, obviously everybody expected those two teams to meet last year in the championship game, which they did, and so this year they hook up again, and it's a surprise. Nobody expected Crockett to be here because they had so many young kids in their developers, but they've grown as the season's gone on. The one thing to watch with Science Hill is I think Science Hill players and coaches will probably admit to you they have not come out and played their best in these last two games. Now, that could mean they're really due to come out and put a performance together that's going to make it a long night for Crockett. I don't know if it's indicative of them, maybe hitting a little bit of a wall at this point of the season, but they just haven't been as sharp the last two games. So that'll be something to watch for. I think the start of this game will be important. I think if Science Hill comes out and plays like they do and really get it rolling early, I think that's going to be key for them. If they find themselves in a close game again in the second half, granted they found a way to win them, but you're going to have to start wondering. That's going to be a situation Crockett wants to get into, is if they have it single digits in the second half and see what happens from there. Because with Relaford, you got a puncher's chance. I mean, that kid can hit from anywhere. So, and I think the cast around him has really grown strong as the year has gone on. So it's going to be a fun ball game to watch.
Either team, all these teams will be playing one more time. They'll be in the sectional for the ladies, and of course, you win that ball game, you punch your ticket to Murfreesboro to the tournament. So Crockett and Science Hill in the same boat they were in last year in the sectional, and so as we said, for the guys on the AAA, you've got Sullivan Easton Granger, Single A Hampton Cosby. In AAA girls, obviously we talked about Daniel Boone Morristown West tomorrow night, Granger Greenville for the ladies in AA, and also in the Single A, the number one team in the state, South Green, and the Hampton Lady Bulldogs. And all those teams will play, win or lose their next game, which either tonight or tomorrow night they will play one more game. In the sectional, we used to call it the sub-states, now the sectional, and if you win that one, you head on down to Murfreesboro in the state tournament. Who's out there in AAA? Who's on the other side of the equation right now that Science Hill and Crockett will have to face? Oak Ridge, I would assume.
It's funny because it's the same as it was last year. If you look at Crockett and Science Hill mixing it up, and they're both sitting there like, man, we got to avoid Oak Ridge. It's the same team sitting down there as last year, and really talented squad. As it turned out, it was a huge upset in the championship game. Crockett had handled Science Hill up to that point, and then all of a sudden Science Hill found a way to win a low-scoring ball game. It was, if I remember right, it was Bowden Lyon that found a way to get the ball in the basket in the final seconds and lift Science Hill to a win, and that allowed both teams to go to state. So you had a lot of deja vu about it, even though expectations weren't as high for Crockett. Both teams in the same place, both teams looking to avoid the same opponent they were looking to avoid last year. So it should be fun to see how it shakes out.
We'll take our final break at 16 before the hour. Still no rain here in Johnson City, although it's beginning to cloud up a bit, although I still see a little sliver of sun out there, but it's beginning to cloud up. And again, we'll get the very latest from Ben on the radar, and also get Dave's take on a number of topics, including the obvious down in Knoxville. No Fulmer, no Blackburn, but John Curry from Kansas State, the new athletic director of Tennessee. He'll be formally announced tomorrow, again in a press conference in K-Town. So we'll get Dave's, the one we know as Thud. We'll get Thud's take on this. When times get tough, you can lean on Thud. That's awesome.
Never run for office.
Thud Angie. You got my vote. Yep. Why does he call it Thud? Because when he played basketball, he was hitting the floor a lot.
I used to. It didn't matter what was happening. Like I was telling you, I grew like 6 inches one summer. I got back out there on the basketball floor, and it was like my legs weren't attached to my body. It was just, I was all over creation. I hope somebody has film. One day we'll have film. We'll show it on here. So.
Thud Angie. It's good stuff. Quick break. We'll be right back. It's 15 before the hour. Live with Chick-Fil-A. Got me crying over here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on Facebook Live and AM 790 WETV. He's a funny boy, that Dave Ongie guy, I'm telling you. So, again, Facebook, again, go to TomTaylorSports.com or Facebook Live, folks. And hello to you folks back in West Virginia watching every day. And Rick Ranson down in Pensacola, Florida, watches every day. Thank you, my friend. So there's a lot of folks out there, not only in the Tri-Cities, but around the country watching, and we appreciate that very, very much. Again, just go to TomTaylorSports.com and, again, like us and share us, and you have been. We picked up, 52 just last week, so we certainly appreciate that. So, excuse me, check us out. Again, TomTaylorSports.com. You can like us and share us. You can listen to us and watch us on Facebook Live, listen to us on the radio station, listen to WETV 24/7. So it's all good, and it's all right there at that one-stop shop, TomTaylorSports.com. And we'll come back again and wrap this thing up and get the very latest on the radar with Ben, coming up here in just a minute. Ben, everything okay? Okay. We'll get to give one more radar, and then this will be it. We'll take it to the top. We got 13 minutes. Am I right on the timer? Is that right? I got 13:38 right now. So why don't I just stop and set it on 12 then? Do that. That way I don't mess up. Talk 80 search, and we'll talk some pro football stuff. Promo. I think
That's the key to compromise, isn't it? If everybody's mad.
make them all mad, get them all jacked up. So I would say in the former camp there's some unhappy campers. So the black. It's Brooklyn Archer. And we're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show for the final 11 minutes here. We're live again at Chick-Fil-A. Ben, one more time, what's the latest on the radar, my friend? Again, at this point, no rain, no wind. I've seen the breeze a little bit outside here in North Johnson City, but so far so good. What's the very latest on the radar, my friend? There you go.
I just don't want you to have about thing today. We're just picking on you. What can I get for you? Unsweet potato. Sure, you want my
10 before the hour. Again, we're live here at Chick-fil-A, the Crossing, Johnson City. Dave Ongie with us again from the Johnson City Press. And what do you think? We didn't go former. We didn't go black. He chose John Curry, a young man who has experience and who also has spent time at Tennessee under Mike Hamilton. But again, I would think, I could be wrong, but I would think there's some unhappy campers in the former camp and also in the David Blackburn camp. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think so. I think, there's part of me that thinks that there were a lot of people that wanted to hire Fulmer, but, there may be some hesitancy, in the respect that we paid this guy a lot of money to go away. Now we're going to bring it back, and I think that may have been a deterrent to it. Whether that's right or wrong, it's hard to say. The other thing, too, is having somebody with real solid experience, administrative experience in the athletic director job, I think has become more important. I remember years ago, you have a football coach as an athletic director at almost every school. It's kind of a popular thing to do, but now with all the marketing and everything else that goes on and the ways you have to make money in order to fund your sports, I think that, experience is a big one. That kind of brings us to Chattanooga there. I think that's going to be really disappointing to him because, what they've built there, they're about as high as they can get at Chattanooga right now with what they've done in basketball and football lately and women's basketball as well. And all their sports, they're flying pretty high. So for him, resume-wise, it's it's kind of would be if they're not going to reach out to me now, it may never happen at least at Tennessee. So there's a lot of frustration. You're right about that. Now time will tell whether they got the right guy here. But what's going to happen is he's entering kind of a tough situation, but he needs to come in and bring some strong leadership, because we've talked about that on here. Everybody talks about the issue with the football program. Are you going to fire Butch? What's going to happen? And I think the athletic department as a whole, there's been a lot of instability there. You need to bring somebody in and try to bring the stability and leadership so that everybody can kind of know, okay, this is where we're at. We're standing on solid ground. Let's build from there. So in that respect, it's a good step as long as they got the right guy.
Before he took the job at Kansas State, which he did in May of 2009, he worked at Tennessee for about a decade in various capacities, most recently as a chief deputy and advisor to former athletic director Mike Hamilton. He has a master's degree from Tennessee. He's young. He's 46, and so he's replacing Dave Hart. PR-wise, do you circle the wagons? I know there was Peyton Manning, who everything I could tell, was very much performer. Jimmy Haslam, who has deep pockets and one of the big donors for Tennessee sports. Do you circle the wagons? Do these guys up the checkbooks? Do you turn around, walk away, and not support Tennessee? What do you think will be going forward, the mindset of these guys, and how they react to the person they wanted to get it, did not get it?
I think, especially with Fulmer being involved, he's a guy that would have had a longer grace period, I think, with donors and people there, just because of everything he did in the university and how closely he was tied to them. But you look at Curry, he's a guy that, from day one, there's going to be scrutiny. There's going to be a lot of people looking at him and saying, okay, let's get the job done. I don't think anybody's going to close the checkbooks. I think this guy's going to get an opportunity to kind of come in and make decisions. He's got to come in and people are going to have a good feeling about his leadership. The thing about it is leaders, no matter where they come from, people will rally around them if they believe in that person. It's not necessarily what people do, but it's the person themselves that people rally around. That's one of the deals in leadership. And if this guy proves himself to be as good of a leader as people at Tennessee apparently think he is, everybody's going to have something to be excited about and something to kind of circle the wagons around here pretty soon.
And then you look at the new chancellor, and I don't know whether she burned her biscuits to come in and make that kind of move, but I read on Twitter last night or Facebook, they said, Fulmer got kicked in the gut again for the second time. He's probably done with UT. I don't know if he is or not, but I would think, because it was reported from folks down at some of the men's games, he was actively down there being very visible, more than normal, and he was some of the talk radio stations in Knoxville. He was openly campaigning for the job, did not get it, so there's, to a degree, some egg on his face. So we'll see going forward if he's going to be a team player or kind of ride off in the sunset and say, I've had enough. But John Curry will be introduced tomorrow as the new athletic director of Tennessee, 40, 45, 46 years old. And so he'll be there, and he'll be introduced tomorrow. And so he'll begin his new job on April the 1st. So a little time to transition, move back into the Knoxville area and find a home and get family relocated and so on and so forth. So that's what's going on there. We got 5 minutes left in the show. I want to squeeze in some pro football. Cowboys look like they're getting ready to depart with Tony Romo, either release him or trade him. Apparently down to Josh McCown. There's mutual interest for him to become the backup to Dak Prescott going forward in 2017. Romo likely, according to the Dallas Morning News, will be released within the next couple of weeks. And so what's your take on what could be a quagmire down in Dallas?
It could be really interesting. And I'm a guy who's been on this show and has really believed in Dak Prescott. And I still do. I think he's a great quarterback, and I think he's the guy. But, you have to, what has to give you pause if you're the Cowboys is looking back at the 49ers. And the 49ers had Kaepernick come in when Alex Smith got injured. And boy, Kaepernick, world beater. That guy, he was running for 100, throwing for 200 in a lot of those games, led him on a deep run, and they said, hey, right here, we don't need to see anymore. He's the quarterback. And then, Alex Smith gets shipped off to Kansas City, where he's right now a very productive quarterback. And Kaepernick lost the magic all of a sudden, and was kind of muddling along, and didn't even start for a long stretch this past season, and his future's in doubt. So,
great point.
It's a similar situation in that respect. A guy goes out and the young kid comes in and plays great. But, I personally, and I don't know if it's kind of mislaid, but I do have more confidence in Prescott than I have in Kaepernick, just because I think Prescott's game and the way he throws the ball and the accuracy he throws it with, it's not as predicated on running, which that'll beat you down in a hurry in the NFL. So, I think he's got a better chance. I think that's the choice, but it's interesting to see what, if anything, they're able to get out of Romo.
Is he injury prone? I mean, would another team take a chance on this guy knowing he's been banged up pretty consecutively over the last couple of years?
And that's why they put him out there at I think it was the last game of the season last year. They let him play at half, and he threw a couple touchdowns, and they said, man, he looked good. He didn't get hurt. Let's get him off the field, And then immediately started shopping him because I think they want to show that he's back healthy again. He's a little bit injury prone, but if you're the Jets or if you're the Chicago Bears or if you're somebody that hasn't had a quarterback in years and years and years, Tony Romo's going to look pretty appetizing to you because of the fact that when he's healthy, he throws it well, and you're willing to gamble on that because they have a lot of guys that can be 100% healthy on their roster all year long. It's not going to do them a bit of good because they can't play football. So he can play football. You just have to gamble on the health thing because in the NFL, you really never know when you're going.
3 minutes to the top of the hour. We turn things over to Charles Stanley on AM 790 WETB, and let's squeeze in. The Bucks opened up. They laid an egg. Went on the road. Couldn't win the other night against UNC Greensboro. They win as a 3 seed. We'll play the winner of the Mercer Citadel game, the Southern Conference Tournament in Nashville. So what's your take on the men's team and the ladies team going forward to the Southern Conference Tournament this weekend?
Definitely tough when you drop down to the 3 seed the way it worked out for them. If you're the 1 seed, you would be sitting back and letting Greensboro and Furman fight it out, to see who gets to play you in the championship. And you have a slightly easier matchup in that in the semifinals because it would have been Chattanooga, who's a team that I think is just is sinking. They have injury problems and everything else going on down there. So definitely the 1 seed has the advantage. I think that's big because ETSU now has to go through Furman, which that's been tough. That's been tough for them this year. And Furman is just a dangerous, really good basketball team that could knock them out in the semifinals. So it's definitely going to be a tough road, and they're going to have to play great basketball to get there. And I think Greensboro is a team they can beat, and I think it's the case where for Greensboro, just with their personnel, I think they've had a couple of really good nights that have allowed them to beat ETSU. And I think it's going to be hard for them to beat ETSU the 3rd time if they meet. So, it's going to be a long road to get there now.
SEC starts, the ladies tournament starts, the Lady Vols looks like they've caught fire here, starting to peak for Holly Warlick at the right time, so they'll get into the SEC tournament down in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's say they play the winner of the, is it Alabama, Georgia? I can't remember, I don't have it in front of me, but they will start SEC play. They need a good run for Holly Warlick. That's another thing John Curry's going to take a look at is the Lady Vol basketball team going forward as the new AD, but it's an interesting time. Baseball, you've got college basketball, March Madness, the guys tournament starting next week, and this week, obviously, the Southern Conference Tournament. Got a minute left. What are you going to be working on? You cover tomorrow night's regional championships?
Definitely so. Today I'm working on a preview. Milligan Track and Field are going to be competing in the indoor championships in town this week. Big event for Johnson City, and Milligan sending 8 athletes out there, which is about double, I think, from what they sent last year. So definitely showing a lot of improvement for them in terms of their top-tier athletes. Like you mentioned, regional basketball, sectional basketball, I think on the weekend. So, we're going to be all over creation here in the next little while. But it's going to be a good time. It's
going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you coming out here, big guy. Get you some lunch. We'll talk to you next week, right?
Good deal, man. Looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy. Appreciate his friendship. The man they call Thud, Dave Ons. You want to say thanks to the guests we've had today. Of course, Danny Birchfield came by from Chick-Fil-A. Also, we had Karen Hubbs stop by from the goosechase.org, and also Holly Scheller from Franklin Woods with the Run for Your Buns 5K. Also, of course, Greg Salyer with the Major League Baseball update. Dave Onge just now, the Johnson City Press, and of course, our buddy back in the home front, Ben Foy. We will save, and tomorrow we will hear from Tony Stewart for sure. Tomorrow, again, we'll be live at Champion Chevrolet. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours, and as always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for giving us a watch and a listen right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Until tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so long, everybody. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, Facebook Live, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys down in Pensacola watching, and also in North Myrtle Beach, and also back up in West Virginia, of course, here in the Tri-Cities too, obviously. So thank you. And again, like us, go to TomTaylorSports.com, your one-stop shop, and then like us and share us, and you do, and we appreciate that. And then we're averaging, as we said, anywhere between 1,800 to 2,800 views a show. Yesterday we had over 1,400, so we appreciate that. And so like us and share us and TomTaylorSports.com. We'll do our sportscast tonight on our personal Facebook page at right around 10:30. And back tomorrow from Champion Chevrolet here in Johnson City. So, hey, out of time. Thank you for yours, and have a great rest of this Wednesday. And we'll talk to you tonight on our